The Harrison is a 160-foot long steamer built in the late 1800s and is located off the shoreline on the west side of the lake, just south of Rocky Point, right about 2 miles from the resort boat launch. What makes this wreck easy to dive is that it sits on a sloped bottom, so a diver can descend on the stern, which rests at a shallow 12 feet, and then swim the length of the ship to the bow at about 50 feet. The Harrison was used back in the mining days mainly for transporting people back and forth from Coeur d'Alene down to the south end of the lake, and then up the St. Joe River or the Coeur d'Alene River to the mining towns. The Harrison also towed barges with silver and other precious metal ores. The Harrison sunk in 1940 when it collided with another ship, and then, in an effort to save the floundering vessel, the captain ran it aground near shore. It's one of the few ships in the lake that wasn't intentionally sunk, having first been lighted on fire. This wreck has plenty of holes to poke around in without actually entering into an overhead. There's always lots of resident bass hovering about, including a few big old monsters. Check out the bow of the ship on the port side, where you can make out the ship's name painted on the hull. This wreck is easy to find, can be dived by just about anyone at any depth, always has fish on it, and on a clear day can even be dived without a light. This is a great dive for a new diver or someone new to diving the lake. It's shallow, easy to find, and right next to shore, so it's hard to get lost diving the Harrison. You can even find this wreck without a GPS by just heading over to the big White House and then peering down next to the dock, where you can usually see the shallowest point of the wreck. For many years, this ship played an instrumental part in the mining economy of the Idaho Panhandle, and diving it is like a trip back to the past. With both its important history and its ease of dive, this is a must-do dive for anyone wanting to enjoy the best of the wrecks in Lake Coeur d'Alene.